Hello and welcome to Tuesday. We're here just in the room across the hall than we are usually in because, well, I went ahead and installed Ubuntu 22.04 on this old iMac. I haven't determined how old it is. I'm leaning between 2005 and 2007, and somehow it's still doing a great job. It's got like 2 gigs of RAM, and then the processor is something pretty ancient. Like if I go to, what is it? Would it be in their utilities? No, it's under. What am I looking for? System monitor right here. Um, it's a pretty old computer. So here it says that we have a dual core CPU. Um, and 2 gigs of RAM with a 500 gig spinning hard drive. I could look more into it, but again, this computer was initially destined for the scrap heap up until yesterday. It didn't boot into Mac OS, and the recovery partition didn't work properly. I mean, like it's like, hey, do you want to reinstall from a? You want to use a backup? Backup. There are no backups. Through Time Machine, yeah, none of that. There was an online, like it's like, hey, do you want to download macOS 10.10? And I'm like, sure, that sounds great. And then when I try to download it, it's like, oh, we're encountering some errors. I'm like, okay, well, that's not happening. That was basically it. So I'm like, you know, I already copied off all the data I needed off of this thing. I already, it's on a like a hard drive that's actually like, can you see it? If my chair is in the way, it's on this hard drive right here. Um, so all the data is saved. I doubt there's anything too important. I thought there's so many songs. My dad listens to a lot of music, and there's a lot of songs on there. He still occasionally uses his old like second or third generation iPod, um, to just like listen to music and listen to audiobooks, podcasts, what have you. So that's still kicking. That's one thing I'll give Apple. If their product doesn't immediately die on you, they will last forever. So let's talk about this Mac that has lasted forever. Um, Somehow the time was still correct, like the CMOS battery is still kicking on this thing. So I just installed Linux on here, and somehow it worked pretty much okay. Did that, ran updates. It took me a couple minutes to figure out how to get the Wi-Fi driver working. It's very simple. You just go to software updates. What is it? It's like, um, it's software and updates. Okay, so not software updates, software and updates. And then once that fully loads up, um, you go to additional drivers, and it might take a while to search for additional drivers if it doesn't work immediately. Um, but just have a Ethernet cable plugged in, and it'll come up with like, hey, this is a third party or like proprietary driver for this Wi-Fi thing. Do you want this installed? And like, obviously the answer is yes. I clicked that during the installation process to install everything. So either way, it took a couple minutes, but it's working now. But that leads me into something that I've been thinking and wanting to talk about for a couple of weeks now. Um, Back, what was it? It was probably like August or something, where I got super into making and designing websites. Now, not necessarily designing, but making websites. There are plenty of open source tools to make incredible websites. Um, for example, my music blog and my photo blog both run on a blogging platform called Ghost, fully open source. I'm a big fan of it. I just wish that they were more like, it's not that I wish there was like, if I knew how to code HTML CSS, I would be much more into it, but I don't. So I'm not really much of a coder. I know Bash and scripts and whatnot, and I can, navigate my way around everything if I like look hard enough. Python is the language I knew is like I like defaulted to in college, while Java was what we learned, and oh my gosh. Regardless, I got super into websites, and those are blogging platforms. There are other blogging platforms that are a bit different. Ghost is wonderful because it's just like Medium. It's very dead simple to like once it's set up, you don't need to like do anything. Everything is done through the website. But there are some others which are like static site generators, which are essentially just like a couple pages that's fully code. Like everything is just it should run very well. And like these are the websites that are like very simple pages, and I kind of got like dragged into just building one for myself. So, like I wanted to update my resume website. That's just my, you know, actual website that I use for like business stuff. And then one thing I wanted to do was form like a kind of like a link tree kind of thing, where I have everything linked together. It's just like music blog, photo blog, Twitter, Blue Sky now, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube, and whatever I want to add down the line, just anything else, right? So there's that, and that's what I spent what Sunday night and yesterday doing. So here it is. I figured it'd be really cool to show it off on this computer, which took up a lot of my time today, but here it is. Again, it's a link tree style thing. We got the music blog, photo blog, Blue Sky, Instagram, my Medium, which is just a mirror of my music blog, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. Everything here works if I just like click around here. I think that'll be it. Hopefully the volume is pretty. It's not off on this. So yeah, if we go here, YouTube somehow still loads pretty like decently on this thing, which is wild. It's not loading right now, which is fine. But there we go. It's loading. Let's close that before it actually goes. We have I am a Medium. So here is the Medium article I wrote for the Brightest Days that came out just the other day, which I talked about 2 days ago. Instagram, shout out. Here's my photo website, which loads pretty well on this, which is hilarious. And then we have my actual music review website. Again, this one is running very surprisingly well, which I love. Like I was testing it on like weird internet connections. I was going through Tor. I was checking every browser, making sure that this ran good. And I think if we go to Arctic Monkeys, like this one just loads super. Yeah, if so, we need to enable DRM because that's how Firefox does. Great thing, Firefox. Best browser out there. Firefox is installing components needed to play the audio and video on this page later. Please try again. It's probably just Spotify. But yeah, this like loads immediately. Like other than the YouTube stuff, which is fine because that's not my platform. I could just like play this, and I lowered the volume, right? I did, because you'd be hearing AM right now, which is not great. We don't like copyright, but I can play this because it will not get detected, and I love that. So that's running wonderfully, and it's amazing. And yeah, this is just a Linktree kind of style thing. Now, I'm a big fan of dark mode, so we gotta have a dark mode variant, which is right here. Look at that go. This is just running in light mode because it's a private window and it's a fresh install of Linux. Everything has been like this, a clean, absolutely clean install of Ubuntu 22.04. So super happy with that. And yeah, I just needed to wipe all the data with that was on here, so that's why I went ahead with the install. so all the data is pretty much gone. You probably find it through some recovery method, but I'll, I don't think it's necessary. Again, mostly music. There was some like tax information or whatever on there, but again, it's I doubt that anybody's gonna really like get into the nitty gritty and try to recover it. I should just like zero out the hard drive, and I might do that in a at a later date if we decide to actually scrap this. But that's a job for another day. And yeah, I just wanted to show off my new website. This is my Linktree style site that I'll be using for pretty much everything now going forward. I do need to do some minor adjustments, but like this is me announcing that it's public because I just finished it up today. And yeah, that's super fun, super cool. I'm happy with how it came out, and yeah, that's about it. Um, Going forward, if I need to add anything, I'll add it here. And while I do like Linktree, it's great. It's just that I'd rather not have to deal with third-party stuff. I like to own everything myself, and if I can own everything here, that's just wonderful. So super happy with that. And yeah, that's about it. I have a new Linktree, like I have a new landing page, I guess that's what you want to call it, where I'll just like, hey, this is where you go for everything. This is how you can find me everywhere, and I'm just glad to have this available. It's wonderful, and took a bit of finagling to get working, but it's live, and yeah, we've done a bunch of testing on it. I think we're pretty much set to launch it. So that's where we're going to call it for today. Bit of a long one, I know, but it happens. Thank you all for watching. I hope to see you tomorrow. And until then,